What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another live stream. I want to thank y'all for joining. Those of you who tune in, please like, share, and subscribe. I want to talk about all the reasons why you should not give a narcissist a second chance to destroy you. And I say to destroy you because they almost did it the first time. Because we know there's no limitations to what a narcissist will do to destroy you. But they just didn't succeed the first time around. You give them a second chance, and that's just what they're going to do. And at that point, you could kind of partially blame yourself because it does come a time when we have to take accountability. You know, you got to think of all the reasons why we decided to cut them off in the first place. And even though a lot of us still have to deal with the narcissist for various reasons, that does not mean that we owe them commitment. We don't owe them our entire life. No one has the right to control another person. And that's just what they want to do. That's what they were set out to do. That's why they attach themselves to you in the first place. And even though everybody have a different story to tell, it's pretty similar when we all just sit down and talk about it. The narcissist, what they'll do once you have this sudden encounter with them, I won't be a bit surprised if the narcissist has been trying to track you down. But when you finally have this encounter with them that they've been looking forward to, you notice that it's like you've seen a ghost. You notice that it kind of scares you a little bit. I know, speaking for myself, that's how I felt dealing with those toxic people from my past. I don't ever want to have to deal with them again. To see their face, it takes you back. But to be able to walk right past it, cool. That's just how I needed to be. When we decided to remove ourselves out of their life, that was the best thing we could have done for ourselves. And they know it because we never looked back. See, what they're counting on is, they feel entitled to the history they had with you. So they think that you should automatically give them a second chance. They also think that if they run into you, if they cross paths with you again, and, they can catch up on some things, they're going to always feel entitled to you. They don't feel like that you let them go. And a lot of times you got to be real with yourself. The narcissist, you're out of sight, out of mind. But for some, they will actually feel like that they should be able to get in touch with you when they want to, reach out to you when they want, communicate when they want, just always be there in your light. Especially those who you may share children with. Some people have, they told stories of how they still deal with like ex-narcissists who they have stepchildren with. And it's crazy because they will use anything to still keep an attachment to you. And see, what they weren't expecting is for you to look so good, to have such a glow, to be doing big things for yourself. It was all in the making. It was bound to happen the moment you let them go. They were sucking you dry. They were getting in the way of all the great things that could happen to you. All the great things that happened for you. It was meant for you. It was just a delay because you found yourself attached to something that was kind of holding you back. And you thought that you could trust that person. They gave you all the wrong advice. You took their advice because you loved them, because you thought that you could trust them. And then they slowly showed you time and time again a pattern of their behavior, in which only portrayed abuse and neglect, and how they just manipulated you into thinking a certain way. So they had the upper hand for a very long time. Boy, but the moment you cut it off, it was over with. And they never see that day coming. And they so driven, they're so, they live in the mind of their own. They can't set aside reality from their own thoughts. So when they see you, they assuming that we could pick up the pieces where we left off. Let's catch up some. No, honey, things ain't sweet like that no more. Not saying you changed who you are. It's just like you changed your perception of them. And you had to. You did the right thing. That's all a part of the healing journey. And you may just be in the beginning of the healing process. And you look like you've been away from them for far longer than that. They feel like that they should just get you back. If you've been away from them 5, 10, 15 years long after the no contact, they feel like that they should get you back based off how things were 20 years ago. They never want to let go because they don't feel like they should. They're going to always find a way to try to cross those boundaries. They don't care about boundaries. They don't care about your rules. They don't respect your rules. They don't respect anyone's rules. They're very selfish, self-centered, and arrogant. And they're self-destructive as well. Because if you put a restraining order on them, they will push the buttons. They will test you just to see, are you really gonna come with it and go forth through it? Like, it's not possible. It's not likely, because what they're doing is throwing the past in your face. You've always been this type of person. I've never known you to be the way you are now. They're gonna try to insult you like if healing is a bad thing for you. No, it's a bad thing for them, because they can't have you anymore. So they gotta try all type of tricks to make you feel like you made a bad decision. And they ain't no good. No good. With no good intentions. That's why it's best to cut the narcissist off in their tracks when they're trying to communicate. There's nothing there. There's no substance to the conversation. It's going nowhere. I don't want to hear about your life, your past, what you've been up to. You don't need to know about mine. I'm keeping it private, especially with you. Because, like, why am I sharing that with you, someone who I'm not interested in? And they're not really interested in you. They don't want to hear your good news. They got to pretend like that. They're going to put on the act. They're going to stand there and listen for as long as they need to and put that stupid look on their face like they care. They're not going to show you any happiness. Everything is going to be fake. If anything, they're going to give you this blank stare with these big eyes, looking stupid, putting a forced smirk smile on their face like they do. They're really cracking up inside, and not in a good way, in a way that they really want to strangle you. They can't contain their feelings. They're really trying to. I could go on and on about those unsettled creatures. So you just got to think about what's best for you. And it helps to kind of look back. Look back at the history you had with them. Is it worth messing up the progress? You come too far to go back. Why look back at that and think, okay, they're right. Don't let them even get close to your emotions to play on it and make you feel like, we had too much history together. Okay, things weren't perfect. No, it wasn't perfect because you wasn't even trying to do better. No one's looking for perfection. We looking at intentions, and your intentions are always to destroy me. You stopped at nothing. I saved myself. They like to they like to pull you in on something that you really you had no part of that. And if you notice, when they're trying to convince you of something, they still trying to gaslight you. Like nothing ever changed with the narcissist. It doesn't matter how much time passes. Don't even expect change out of them because it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get that. They can only pretend, and then they start to glitch because that's just not how they're not programmed that way. They live in survival mode. They're trying to survive those moments when they should be truthful and honest and genuine. That's just not who they are, so it's a difficult place for them to be. It's not easy for them to pretend to be good. When in their mind, they're already thinking ahead of a way that I could get this person back and all the things I could do with them. If they find out that you've won the lottery, oh, now in a sudden, they need to tell you about everything they've been through. They need to pull on your heartstrings and make you feel sorry for them so you can offer up some money. Like, nothing changed with a narcissist. Or they give you the sad parent stories and the single parent stories, or either if they were in a relationship with someone, they're always the one who have to play the victim. They were cheated on. They were left. The person left them for someone else. That's the second thing they do when they think they could get you back. They gonna pull out all type of tricks from out the hat just to try you and just to see which one gonna work. That's why, you don't need to give them no time, because it's like you're allowing the devil to play with you. And we shouldn't even give those people the time of day. We're not even supposed to be in the company of the enemy. If you know they're the enemy, why would you subject yourself to that environment? Move away from it as quickly as you can. As quickly as you can. Physically. Your mind is not there. But if you can't, you have to learn how to mentally remove yourself from it. Because that's the first thing they're going to try to attack is your mind. To make you think different. They live in their own reality and they're going to try to pull you into it so that you could be just another victim. It's just like a person who's escaped a person who's escaped the kidnapper. And they captured them again. They bringing them back, and what is going to be a harsher punishment. You got to be quiet and very strategic when escaping that environment. But when not, you have to be able to play them at their own mind game. You got to get ahead of them, and you still got to move quietly. Because that's not going to be, they're not going to expect you to escape their delusional world. So that's how it goes with the narcissist as far as allowing them back in your life. If you do, for a second chance, they're going to destroy you. They did a job on you the first time around. And you got to think that you deserve so much better. And before you even think about even dealing with another person, focus on you, focus on healing. That's the best thing that we could do for us, is to focus on us first, healing. What made me stay in that situation so long? Like, what could I have done to change my thoughts, to change the way I allowed myself to be there for so long, to go through that? You got to look at your part, the part that you played in it, and what could you have done different to make sure you don't ever allow that to happen to you again. Once you start to figure things out in a way that suits you, that helps you see it better, you'll start noticing red flags. And not to say that it's like, one or two things is what describes a narcissist, because I know that's where a lot of people get it mixed up at. but it's a pattern. It is a pattern. It's not just one or two traits that defines a narcissist. It's way more than that. And they got to work on you slowly in order to really get inside your mind and control you in a way that just kind of keep you stuck. So that's all I pretty much wanted to talk about. I don't want to be too long in this one, but whenever y'all get the chance, please go and check out my shorts. I've been doing quite a bit of uploading over there, so check them out. I spoke a little on it on the last upload. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and if you catch the replay, leave your thoughts down below. Thank y'all for watching.